What sorts of things did you learn taking the field together for the first time officially?
Yeah, I'd say I learned that this team has got a lot of energy. First game, even though it didn't go the way we wanted, I said after the game, I think this is the most energized I've felt from this team since I've been here when it wasn't postseason. I'd say the last time, or the only times I've ever felt the way I did in that game, where there was just constant belief and genuine everybody wanting team success, was postseason, both years we went since I've been here, and I think that was really cool to see first weekend out.
This is a little strange, but Tanner Smith from baseball was doing a media yesterday, and he kind of said the same thing, like they need to embrace like a postseason mentality early to sort of benefit from the fruits of that once they hopefully get there. Do you kind of feel the same thing, like you sort of set those terms now and hope they pay dividends come spring?
Yeah, of 100%. I think we talk about all the time our favorite times that we have played together as a team have been postseason. Regardless of the outcomes of the games, it's just been everybody thinking about the team. If we don't win this game, like, we're done, this team's done. And trying to get there earlier to make it more fun for us, because sometimes, games get stressful, but it's more fun when we're able to have that mentality and play for each other instead of just for ourselves.
You've kind of only had the opportunity to scrimmage yourselves for a while now. So this past weekend was really the first time you got to experience some other opponents. How did you feel like the team, I know you guys have talked a lot about embracing this post-season mindset, like Rob said, even when you're getting pushed, how did you feel like the team really reacted to that competition, knowing it wasn't just against yourselves, like it's against another opponent, and it really counts now?
Yeah, it's definitely hard. I'd say for every team across the country, the first weekend out, especially with anybody new on the team, it just doesn't feel the same year to year, regardless if you have the same team or not. And that was kind of hard, I think, for us the first few games. I think our hitting definitely is a lot better than what we put out every game last weekend. And that just comes from we're facing pitchers that aren't our own pitchers, and we faced some pretty tough pitching this past weekend. And so I think we're a lot more comfortable in that now, and being able to know, like, okay, now it's like all of us versus them instead of half and half. So it was really fun to see the team come together, and I'm excited to see us be more comfortable in that this weekend.
As one of the more experienced members of the team, how do you really see your role as a leader of this squad?
I think just having the experience, like you said, I've played in a lot of games here, seen a lot of things. A lot of things have happened since I've been here, good, bad, whatever it is, and just kind of taking everyone under my wing and saying, hey, like, we've been here before. This is how we got out of it. And I think that's something that this team has, is a lot of veterans. We know how to fix something that might necessarily be going the right way for us, because chances are it's happened before. So that's what's really cool, is that we're able to nip things in the butt as they come, because, we've been there, done that.
For you this weekend, where it wasn't necessarily the start you were looking for, you struck out early, which is not something you normally do, and then you bounced back with a 4 RBI game later in the weekend. How did you sort of take what you just said and apply it to yourself personally over the weekend?
Yeah, I just told myself, like, those were tough teams, tough pitching, and I can't take one game and say, oh, this is going to be what the rest of the season's like. I want to treat this last season like it is my last, and it's just crazy to think about, and I don't want to waste 1 minute of it, having regret of, oh, I should have done this, and just kind of bringing everybody into that with me, saying, hey, guys, this is the last time, like, these next however many months is going to be our last time as a group together. And so flushing the bad, embracing the good, learning from the bad. So that's kind of what I'm trying to embrace more myself and help the team embrace.
For vets like you and Tara, there are expectations. Everybody thought this lineup was going to produce at a pretty high level. Do you have to fight yourself to keep from pressing at all, or do you feel like you're experienced enough that you know how to handle that sort of pressure, for lack of a better term?
I think there's always going to be some sort of pressure. Especially facing tough pitching. When we face tough pitching this weekend, it's always like, okay, we're the veterans. We have to, help the team out in proving that this pitcher can be hit. But I think it's a little bit less for me, because I really have a lot of trust in this offense, and I feel like 100% with confidence that this lineup 1 through 17, I think we have 17 hitters, are really, really, really good. And if someone goes down, someone's on the bench to pick them up. And I don't feel like the weight of the world on my shoulders whatsoever. So that's really comforting.
People talk all the time about the lineup 1 through 9, but you think of your lineup as 1 through 17.
Oh, yeah. We talk about that every day. yeah, it's just a fight for a spot every single day at practice. And it's just a matter of, matchups and who's on for the day and who's not. And everyone kind of has the mindset that whoever's going to be best for the team for that day, that's how it's going to be.
Is it made more difficult or not, Allie, in that, like you talked about, you and Tara in particular, more experienced players, but also playing more experienced pitchers? On one hand, there's higher expectations of all of that. On the other hand, everybody has that much more tape of all of you. Like, quite literally, you probably have the most hitting tape in the league. And at the same time, like, there's all the expectation that you're going to deliver. So is it more difficult, though, because everybody does know and has hundreds of at-bats to analyze on?
I'd say through the years it has gotten difficult, but at the same time I've gotten better as a player. I think that's what we focus on off season is, okay, what was my film and what are people going to see holes in and how can I improve that during off season? I think that goes for everybody from year to year. No one knows about you freshman year, so sometimes it's like it balances out. No one knows how to pitch to you, but at the same time, you're brand new to college softball. So every year is just different, and you just have to know what your holes are and improve them so that people can't utilize that film against you.
How much does it mean to you at this point that you are from the beginning? And I realize, yes, Tara and Caitlin were as well, but that you were the one playing from the beginning, and you were here in the fall at the beginning, and that you were the one who has all those records we're going to mention like on an every weekly basis, because you're just going to keep compiling more and more and more things that's going to be part of this final season for you.
Yeah, I can't even believe that it's been 5 years. This university has been, I feel like I've been here forever, but at the same time, I feel like it's gone by so fast. It is crazy to think that I've been here since day one with Coach Lombardi and been here day one with the team and Tara and Caitlin alongside me. I just think I want to leave it better than the way I found it. I think we've gotten better every year as a team, and I'm confident this year will be the best year we've had thus far in my 5 years, and that's kind of what I want to leave here knowing, is that it's just better than when I found it.
Certainly wouldn't want you to divulge it, but do you have like a book on yourself in your head? Like, man, here's how I would pitch myself, and I would be in a lot of trouble.
Yeah. I definitely know what my weaknesses are, but I think knowing that if I know that about someone, I can somehow figure out a way to get it done. So I think that just comes with confidence and belief in myself. So yeah, I'd figure it out.
As a hitter, from an outside perspective looking in, the venue down there seemed a little odd. Like the ball just didn't carry. You got the career, you've experienced all kinds of different venues. From a hitting perspective, your personal perception, how was that? Was it as odd being there as it kind of looked from the outside? Yeah,
I'm Puerto Vallarta. I'd say during our warm-ups, it felt like the ball was flying. But during the games, it felt like nothing was going out. I think the whole weekend, all the teams combined, I want to say less than 10 home runs the entire weekend between everybody. So it's definitely weird playing in different elevations. Here, we'd say we have a really deep field here. We feel like we don't hit a ton of home runs here because the fences are deep and we're at sea level. But I don't know. There's definitely a difference when we go to different fields. And we felt that in Puerto Vallarta for sure.
For you personally this season, whether it be individual goals or team goals, what are you trying to accomplish this year?
I think getting farther than last year, better than last year, Super Regional, World Series, that's always on our mind, and fighting for that Pac-12 title. That's something that I grew up watching Oregon softball, and that's what Oregon softball did when I was in high school, and that's kind of what I want to bring back here and fill up the Jane, sell out every game. Like that's the goal that this team wants, and what we're playing for this year is we want to play for those who came before us because we know that's what they left behind for us, and we want to get back there. And we want to just set it up for future generations. So,
what goals do you guys have as a team going into this next 5-game set? What are you guys trying to accomplish, or what are you looking to come out that you aren't going into it with?
I think just finding our rhythm as an offense. I think we saw bits and pieces of that this past weekend, but we didn't fully. No one saw our true potential this past weekend, and I think we really have it in us, and I'm just really excited to see us get in that groove because it's really scary once we get in that groove. I'm sure our pitchers have mentioned that before. It's like boom, 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 not one person in the lineup you feel like is an easy out, and that's scary as a pitcher and a defense.